Good morning, girls. How are you? We are gonna get ready and go to work. So it's kind of like cloudy and I don't know, it looks like it might storm here or something, but let's get ready. I have my ring light, so I guess we'll just make that work. No natural light, but that's okay. What are you up to this weekend? Doing anything fun? How is your summer going? I'm not ready for summer to be over, but I feel like as soon as August hits, at least for me, I feel like summer goes like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it feels like you blink and like, it's the first day of school. I don't know. It goes so quick. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to get started with my eye cream. I've been really liking this lately, and I'm not a huge eye cream person. I feel like my makeup looks so good over it. It's not like it stays like oily or, you know what I mean, where it like makes my makeup cake up, but it really helps depuff, hydrate, and I feel like just makes that makeup lay super well. I like this cooling tip as well. I feel like that just really helps depuff. So if you need a good one, this one is actually super affordable. I have you linked to the TikTok deal because for one, I couldn't find this exact tube on Amazon, like with the metal cap, and for two, on TikTok it's a bigger tube and you get 10 free eye patches and it's cheaper, so it was just all around the better deal. But yeah, it's like, I think it was under 20 bucks for this, the eye patches, and I'm pretty sure it was free shipping. Good morning, Dawn. How are you? I know, it goes so fast. And every year it seems to go fast. And I feel like the last 2 years, at least here in Montana, June's always like hit or miss. So it's not that it can't be cold in June or anything, but I feel like especially the last 2 years, our June has been really not good weather. So it doesn't really feel like summer until like July, you know what I mean? And then it just goes really fast. July is probably my favorite month, even though it is like really busy and stuff. And then I feel like when the mornings start getting a little crisp, I do get a little excited for like football and like just having like those crisp fall mornings. But that's pretty much it. I feel like the fall and the winter is not my favorite time. That is like, I'm barely hanging on by a thread, you know what I mean? And I feel like even though I like the holidays, I don't know, Christmas is just like really stressful if you're the mom. I feel like it's still really fun. So I have kind of like completely equal feelings on Christmas, where it's like super stressful but also like super, you know, fun and one of my favorite holidays. I don't know if you guys have any holidays like that where you're like, I love this holiday but also it's a lot, you know? So anyways, I'm not looking forward to that, like to fall and just getting into the holidays and stuff. And I know some people that's like their favorite season. Oddly enough, I have a fall birthday, so you would think just from even like being a kid and looking forward to that, maybe it would like still be ingrained in my mind as an adult. But as a kid and an adult, I love summer. I do remember when I was a kid, I would get kind of excited to like see my friends and like kind of, you know, have something to do every day when school started, but still not being like excited for just school, you know, but like looking forward to that aspect of it. And I've never looked forward to the weather. I am a summer girl. I should probably move to like the beach or something one day, but I'm not a huge people girl. And I feel like, not people, I like people, but you know, where it's like you're always in like a big crowd or like lots of people around, not my fave. So I don't know, I feel like when you live somewhere that it gets really cold and crappy weather, there's a lot less of that. Hi Desiree, how are you? You love fall, but you're a summer girl, Dawn. Same. I like aspects of fall. Like there's certain fun things, like I kind of like the makeup and the fashion of it, like the darker clothes and like the heavier makeup. So that's fun. But I hate winter. I don't like anything about winter. I'm pale. It gets dark at 5 p.m. Like it's horrible. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons like I always keep working, because you know, sometimes I think about doing like this full time, my videos and like working with companies and stuff, but then I'm like, but then in the winter I gotta have like keep me on schedule, get me out of the house. But in the summer I'm like, I don't want to sit in an office when it's nice out. You know what I mean? I'm doing good too, Desiree. I'm a summer person, but my husband isn't, so he'd never agree to moving to the beach. I don't think my husband would either. I don't think for the aspect of, like, I think he'd like the beach, but for one, I don't have the money to buy a beach house, so let's just establish that. But, like, in my fantasy made-up world in my head, he definitely doesn't like going to, like, cities or anything like that, so I don't feel like he would want to either. If it could just stay summer in Montana, it'd be perfect. But then we'd have even more people moving here that, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you live in a state that has, like, a bunch of people that move to it from other states to, like, escape their state. But then usually what they do, and not everyone, I'm sure there's people that move here that they love Montana. They actually come here because they want it to, like, they want to live, like, our lifestyle. But a lot of people come here from other states and then they complain about it. And I'm like, you moved here, so you gotta, like, conform, even, like, in my small town, you know what I mean? It's like, you have to live the way we're living because you moved here. So I don't think if it was summer in Montana all the time, for one, I definitely couldn't afford to live here anymore, and for two, probably wouldn't have the best results. All right, we're gonna comb these. Spoke too soon yesterday with getting notifications. None today. I'll have to catch the replay, but have a happy weekend, ladies. Well, thanks for hopping on and saying hi, Robin. I know that Dom didn't get notification yesterday either. Okay, what's everybody doing this weekend? I think Facebook is still punishing me from taking off those days while we were at the lake. Because I've had 2 comments on videos and 2 or 3 messages about people that have notifications on and they're not getting them. So I don't know what the heck to do about it other than say just make sure you turn your notifications back on. But I can pretty much guarantee Facebook will at some point turn them off again. All right, this is just the Mega Stay Wet n Wild brow glue. It was literally like $3 and I actually like it. It doesn't have any tint or anything, so it's not the same as like filling in your eyebrows, but just to comb them out and have them stay. It's been working pretty dang good. I can't complain. You too, Courtney. No plans for this weekend. Hoping it's nice out to go to the pool. That would be perfect. The only thing I know I'm doing is visiting my grandma one day. And that might be about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's super smoky here. Is it smoky where you guys are? I know I've seen other people in other states that have issues with that. Okay, let's go ahead and get going on some makeup. I prepped with this. I have it linked. I'm not even going to talk about it because every single day I talk about it and I feel like everybody knows by this point that it's really good. But we're going to do our powder and then I don't know what kind of eyeshadow we're going to do. I was like looking at the color of my shirt because I'm like, I really don't have any yellow. You know, one of Cody's little mustache hairs that he always leaves in the bathroom. What was I saying? Oh, I don't really have any, like, yellow eyeshadow, but I do have, like, some gold and stuff that maybe we could kind of do, like, a theme. Good morning, Corey. How are you? All right, I think our primer has warmed up and set in enough. Lately, I've just been going right over that with powder because in the summer, I really prefer, like, a super lightweight makeup. And I usually walk to work if it's nice enough. So I don't want anything that I'm going to be like sweating under and it's going to be like lifting up. So I've kind of just been liking this Unique powder right over that primer, and that's kind of been my go-to for like the last month or so. Typically I am someone that would put on like a base liquid foundation and then just set it with powder, but I don't know, I've just been liking this lately. Yay, I finally caught you live. Hope your day is great. Good morning, Barbara. We were just talking about how I think Facebook is a little mad at me for all those days I took off when I went to the lake, because it seems like everybody's notifications are off. Even like people that are, you know, trying to get on every single day and at least like say hi, no notifications. So it just takes time to reset. But if you guys want to turn them back on, just check them, because I think they're all off. For those of you that do like to hang out with me in the morning. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Good. Maybe a light brown with golds for eyeshadow, or maybe a bronze look. I love both of those ideas. And I feel like they could both totally work. All right, girls, what do you think? Bronze eyeshadow or like gold eyeshadow? What should we do today? I am hoping to make a hair tutorial after this. I'm just going to do a blowout today. I used a new shampoo and conditioner this morning. I don't remember for sure the name, but I think it was called like Goddess or something like that. Anyways, I got it on TikTok Shop. It smells so good. It smells like pineapple and coconut, but like a nice strong scent. And when I was using it, I was just thinking like, man, I wish they would put this in a lotion or like a body spray, because it just smells like summer. It smells like a lake/beach day. Like, it smells so good. So I'm excited to see how my hair looks. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, because I could tell it felt like a really good like shampoo and conditioner. But it has a little blowout spray, which I usually use glass hair, which I love, but I'm gonna try that one today. What are you putting on your face? This is the Unique Pressed Powder Foundation. So all I put on was my SPF primer. I've been really liking that. That is, I have an Amazon link for that. And then this powder, if you guys want it, it's under, I have it linked up in the description. It's my curated website, which I'm still kind of figuring out, but I definitely have you linked to the powder. And if anybody would like a color recommendation, you can totally message me. Okay, gold, bronze, gold. Every other one. My friend is coming over for the weekend, so I can teach her how to can and preserve food. Well, that would be kind of fun, Robin. All right, we're gonna go with a little bit of bronzer. I'm not gonna do a ton. I wanna keep it like kind of light and fresh, but I do still wanna add like some shape to my face, but I don't wanna like muddy it down. So I'm literally like barely dipping in, and then I'm just like dusting the tip of my brush. I talked about this, I think yesterday, so it's kind of a repeat, but if you want like a really soft look with something, you don't want it like super pigmented, you just kind of want it like really soft and like blending together, a fluffy brush is a really good option for that. Actually, you were looking really pretty, just like you are right now. Oh, Cheryl, thank you. You guys are like my #1 hype girls. Actually, I think it was Joan messaged me the other day, and I was like, I'm glad. It was like the sweetest thing, but she's like, you need a modeling contract, and I'm like, I definitely think it's more me taking like 50 selfies and finally getting lucky with a little angle, and definitely not. But you guys are always so sweet to me. And plus I'm 5 feet tall, if you guys didn't know that. Alright, I'm gonna use blush today because yesterday I just did the bronzer since we did our medium contrast look, and I prefer the blush. So I'm gonna go in with, I go in stages where I like and don't like highlighter. Right now, I guess because it's summer, I'm liking it again. This is Gold Rush. This is an Ophir highlighter. It's called the Pivot Powder because you can use it for your eyes, face, everything. But I like to put this on first. I feel like this is one of only a couple things I maybe do in like a little bit of a weird order. But I like to put this on first because then I can go over it with blush. And I feel like I can give it more of a subtle, like peeking through kind of look versus like, oh, I have a giant stripe on my face. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I might do my eyeshadow first and then decide on blush though. I've been using just Lychee, which is just a super light pink blush, but maybe it is time to bust out a little bit more of a pigmented blush. I don't know. I've used the cream blushers hardly at all this summer, and I love those. Okay, we were like tied. Bronze or gold eyeshadow, guys. I think we had one more gold, maybe. Let's see. we could do our perennial palette. I could obviously do Gold Rush, that pivot powder that I just used, but I've used that a couple times this month in my like very basic look, so I kind of want to do something a little more entertaining than that. What if we did like this, or we could do that gold, or we could go really drama with this like super glitter gold. What do you guys think? What shall we do? I guess I know a lot of people really like want to see this often, but what do you guys think? Bronze, a softer gold, like these more champagne-y colors, or shimmer gold? This, I call this green gold because to me it's more like a true gold, but I feel like it has that little bit of like a green tint to it. Glitter gold. Okay, I knew it. I knew you guys would want to do that. So let's do it. We're going to start with a light tan base, and then we're going to go in with that. Good morning, Jerry. I haven't seen you have you been on this week? I was just talking a little bit ago that I think Facebook is a little mad at me for taking those days off while we went to the lake. So it's good to see your face on here. I think Facebook turned everyone's notifications off from what I'm gathering from the messages and comments I'm receiving, but I'm so happy that there is a handful of you on here. Glitter gold, bronze. Okay, Cheryl, what if we do bronze tomorrow? I gotta get ready tomorrow anyway, so why don't we do that? And I have a really, really pretty pivot powder that I love as a bronze eyeshadow. And then today we'll do the green gold. Okay, I'm just going to start with this shade, which is Limestone. This is the Perennial palette, which is an Ophir palette. I think most of you guys probably have this one by now, but it's definitely a great, like, everything palette because it has your metallics, it has your shimmers, it has your mattes, and it has a huge variety of color. So you can really create, like, a gazillion different looks with this, and they'll all be super pretty. And I usually only use, like, 1 to 3 colors for my entire makeup look, and that's really all you need. I feel like Ophir's eyeshadows are super highly pigmented. They're honestly like my favorite eyeshadow. They blend out so well. Obviously once in a while I love to try something new, or at least like a couple times a month I like to try like a new brand or a new eyeshadow or something, but I will say I always end up going back to my Ophir palettes. They are 1000% worth the hype and worth the money. Sounds perfect, Cheryl. It is, I can't tell if it's cloudy or if it's just really smoky out today. Is it super smoky where you guys are? And see how pretty, like if you want just a really simple look, how even just that color is. I'm actually going to take that same color and I might darken up my lower lid a little bit, but for now I'm just going to run this down here as kind of like a smoked out look and kind of pull the whole look together, like the lower and upper lash. But honestly, you could just put mascara on right now and that could be your look for the day. It's still gonna add some dimension to the eyes, help your eye color pop a little bit and all of that, but it's very neutral and very subtle. So that's the nice thing about, I feel like, all of Ophir's palettes is they can be very glam, very bold, all of that, but they can also be very soft and just natural looking. Been cloudy all week in Kansas City, but could be smoke too. I know we have a lot of smoke here, so it's just kind of hard to tell if it's smoke or if it is clouds, you know what I mean? All right, let's go in with this. This is like a true shimmer. So if you guys can see, I doubt you can, but it has like actual sparkles in it. That's shimmer. And metallic is these more like shiny colors, but they don't have like the legit like sparkles in it. So this is a legit shimmer eyeshadow. And you can see like it almost gives a little more of a textured look. And when I'm using shimmer tends to have more fallout because it does have those different like materials, I guess you could say, or like texture in it. I do like the tiniest bit, and I like to take my finger and I just press it into my lid. But when I tell you I'm literally like barely pressing down and picking up that product, that's what I mean. I always start with less and then I'll keep building it up until it looks how I want. But I don't go in with a ton of product right off the bat, or else I feel like that's when you get more fallout. And I rarely, this is just my preference, you don't have to do this too, but I rarely use a brush when it comes to a legit shimmer. I almost always use my finger because I feel like I just have way more control because it kind of sticks to your finger, you know, versus a brush it's just kind of laying on there, you know. Isn't it so pretty, Dawn? I love it. A lot of people that I work with from Kansas City are talking about the smoke. It's hot and humid here in Alabama. Yeah, the smoke in Montana is horrible. It was not bad, honestly. It was a pretty good summer because we usually always have a smoky summer. For one, we have our own fires, but for two, I'm not hating on Canadians. It's not their fault, but Canada is on fire every year. Like, there's no other way to put it. I've seen like some of the controversy online where it's like, basically people are like, you've got to get your fires put out, and they're like, oh yeah, because we want this to happen, which I totally get that, but I'm like, the fact is, like, this is every year. Like, they have giant forest fires every year, so obviously Montana and Canada connect, you know what I mean? So usually, even if we're having a good fire year, Canada ensures that we're still having a smoky summer. So this year it hasn't been bad. I'm just going to take that same brush. I'm not even going to add anything to it. And I'm just going to blend these two colors together. But anyways, the last week and a half, it really moved in. And I do think there might be a Montana fire too. So I don't know what it's from, but I hate it because it's like, oh, it's finally nice out. And then the smoke blocks all the sun and just kind of makes it like dry outside. It makes your eyes hurt. It makes your nose bleed. Like, I don't know. But we've been dealing with it forever, so I'm sure we'll continue to. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? I always use my finger shimmer. Same, Jerry. Good tip about using your finger. I need to try with the shimmer instead of a brush. I just feel like I have way more control. And like I said, I'm doing a little bit, putting it on and doing some more. So I just feel like if you, like with shimmers, because shimmer isn't, it's like, how do I describe it? It's almost like the shimmer is like a separate ingredient from the rest of the eyeshadow. It doesn't exactly stick the same. You know what I mean? So I just feel like if I do a tiny bit and I use my finger, I can control it a lot more. Versus if I just try to go in with a bunch, I feel like that shimmer is just going everywhere. All right, I actually think that'll look pretty good. What do you guys think? And I'm just gonna put on some mascara. I feel like all my mascaras are drying out at the same time. Why does that always happen? Does anyone else feel that way? You would hate it, Dawn. I actually have a friend, is this new? Let's try this. Let's see if this one's dried out. This is the You Cool Me Fiber Mascara. I have it linked up in the description, and I have a code. It should auto-apply, but it's SAB30. And we're going to use black. I'm hoping this is a newer one. I feel like they're all, like, all my mascaras, like, dry out at the same time. My Ophir one, I actually threw that away yesterday. The brown You Cool Me I have, not good. I'm like, are these all going to dry out? I need to order all new everything. We had bad smoke a couple weeks ago from Canada. Couldn't even see outside. I live in Pennsylvania. That's what I mean. And it's like, I feel bad for Canada, and like, obviously I'm not saying it's like the citizens' fault or whatever they call them, but I'm like, I do feel like there could be a better result, because I'm like, Montana and Canada connect, Michigan and Canada connect, you know, like whatever, all these states, and I'm like, yeah, Canada is the one that's always burning down. Like, I don't know if you guys need to go through and do some like dead tree cleanup, or like if you need to do a little more logging, like something's got to give. I love that palette and never use that color. Looks pretty. Definitely trying it. Oh my gosh, Stacy, definitely try it. Yes, on the mascara. Yeah. It's like, how do I have so many mascaras and then they all dry up at the same time? It's crazy. Thank you, Dawn. I try to open one at a time, but never works. Oh, I do that too, Stacy. Or like, I'll open a new one because my one's drying out, but I don't throw the old one away. And so then every day I'm like, is this the new one? You know what I mean? Because it's not like fully dried out. It's just like, I can tell not doing as much, and then I can't tell which is which. I meant to set my face before I did this, but well, we'll just do that last. We're going a little out of order today, but that's okay. So yeah, that's kind of what summer, the end of summer sometimes comes down to, is just a lot of smoke. That's okay though. It was really bad at the lake. Like, it was bad, and then every day the wind would blow, and like more and more was like blowing in, and my eyes were like running tears. I'm like, I guess another reason I don't need to wear makeup, because I can't even do anything. This one also feels like it's drying up, so I guess we're sticking with the trend of every single mascara I own running out at the same time. I mean, it's still working. I can just tell it's not like at its best. You know what I mean? I can tell it's to the end of its lifespan. Thank you, Kay. I actually just did those on live on, I think it was Monday. No, Tuesday, because Monday I came back from the lake, so Tuesday felt like Monday. And they are actually the Red Aspen nails. The last set, so this is my second Red Aspen set. I have an affiliate link with them now, since I'm pretty impressed with the nails, to be honest. But the last set I had lasted over 3 weeks, and I was so ready for a new set, but I just really wanted to see like how long will they actually last. So we put these ones on Tuesday, and I guess we'll see how long they last. But this was my only other set, so I'm gonna have to go order some more. Changing my nails or doing my nails at home is like a life changer. I don't know, game changer, whatever you want to call it. I rarely, if ever, went to the salon before, but I would just have like stubby nails until I found glue-on, press-on nails, and it is so nice. Now I'm like, I can't go without my nails. Like, the minute they pop off, sometimes I'm like, oh, I better just let my nails breathe for a day or two, and then I'm like, no, I need to get some nails on. So it's kind of funny, because I went from like a nail biter who never ever had nails on to someone that rarely do I have an extended period of time with no nails. They are glue. Good morning, Sherry. And I don't know if they have any press-on nails. I guess I haven't looked. But there was no stickers in either ones of the packs that I did. They do come with a glue, but I have not tried that yet. They have a special glue that's like sold separately that kind of goes on like a nail polish. I'll show it to you guys just in case anybody wants to grab it. I'm sure the glue that comes in the pack is probably the same glue, just in a different container. So I'm sure it's fine. But I have to say, I really, really like this other glue. So I'll show it to you guys. But yeah, they're just Red Aspen, which I've seen Red Aspen for years. And oddly enough, never tried it. I used to work with this company called Tip Beauty for a really long time. And so that was primarily what I used. And then I kind of started just like, I get some different ones from Amazon, Walmart, whatever. And I'm sure I'll still do that as well. And then Ronnie messaged me and asked if she could send me a little like tester package. And I was like, well, I'm probably not going to sign up, but sure, why not? And anyways, I do really, really like the nails. So she said just from sending me that, I had an affiliate link. So I'm like, you know what? They're really good. I love press-on nails. I don't have the patience to sit and have them done at the salon. Yes, and it is so expensive. Like, in this economy, and honestly, this is no, like, I'm not trying to make anyone guilt-tripped or anything, because I know for some people, their nails are, like, that one thing that, like, no matter what's going on in the economy or whatever, like, they're getting their nails done. If that is you, keep doing it. Like, do not, I'm not in any way trying to shame you, but, like, for me, where I don't want to go sit somewhere, I don't have, like, a friend that does nails, and then it's, like, so expensive, like, $100+ and a tip, plus I have to drive a minimum of 55 miles one way to be with someone that does nails. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just not feasible. Anyways, this is the little glue. Brush on nail dash glue, and I'll show you guys, it this is what I really like, is it brushes on like a nail polish. I don't know, I just feel like it's nice and easy to control. But this is what the little box looks like. So if anybody does want to grab it. I love this cute little bag. I needed a new bag, like I needed a hole in my head, but it is so cute with the little strawberry. All right, my nose is running like always. As soon as I mess with my eyes, we need to wipe our chapstick off. And we are doing perfecto on time. Definitely gonna need a second or third coat of mascara because that was dry and it's looking a little bleh. I feel like I should really put these lip liners away like ASAP because you guys are probably getting tired of them, and same. But I've just been like, they're like kind of turning into a tried and true where I'm like, I know it's gonna look good, you know what I mean? So let's see, what one should we use today? Number 12. I also really like number 7, I think it is. Yeah, let's use this one. So this one shows this kind of like pinky lid, but you can see it's more of like an orangey brown. I really like this one when I'm wearing like tan eyeshadows and stuff. If you haven't grabbed this yet, these are just cheap lip liners, you guys. They are not like, you're not going to use these and be like, oh my god, the creamiest, most amazing like formula I've ever tried. You're not going to have that. So I don't want anyone buying it thinking that. But it's $10.99, so less than $1 a piece for a 12-pack. All nude lip liners in all different shades and undertones. And they still go on really well and last really well. When I very first got them, I feel like I'm not having to do this as much now, but when I very first like used them and they were still freshly sharpened, I felt like I kind of had to go like this a few times to warm up like the tip of the pencil. And then after that, they honestly go on pretty dang good. Like, do I think if you were blindfolded, you would be like, yes, that's definitely a $40 lip pencil? No. But do I think you will definitely say those are worth way more than $1 a piece? Yeah. Especially if you just want to add a little like variety or whatever. These are perfect. And if you like nude lip. I have a lot of good lip pencils. I have some unique ones. I have Ophir. I have some random brands I picked up, but I don't have very many like cheap ones. I have a few. Like I think I have some of the, like I have some e.l.f. pencils, as you guys know. So I guess I have quite a few of those. Yesterday I was like, I don't know if I've tried those. And someone was like, they're the dark cocoa ones that you're always sharing. I'm like, duh. I was having a brain fart. And I know I have like a couple NYX pencils, or at least one that I can think of. I have a few cheaper ones, but these, if you just want to like add a little something to your makeup, they're totally worth the $10.99. Hands down. I used your link to buy a set, but they had very few choices. I think I did something wrong. Someone on here commented that the nails conform to your nail bed shape. I don't know about that, Barbara. They had very few choices. So what I'm wondering, I'm new to Red Aspen, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Like, literally, this is my second nail set and second product I've ever tried from them. I know I've seen Ronnie comment that they have new nail drops every week. So I wonder if there isn't very many products, if they're just like constantly cycling them out. But I feel like there should be a drop down for like the glues and like, I know they have some makeup products, things like that. I'll have to check my link and just make sure it's good. Thanks for letting me know, Barbara. Good morning, Maristella. How are you? They really are good, aren't they, Dawn? All right, I just wanted to fill in most of my lip today. I feel like this one's kind of an orangey tan, which I thought would kind of pull together with that. I don't know if that was in theory. Okay, and then what if we did like a peachy blush? I don't know if I want, sometimes the blush has to match, you know what I mean? What color do I want? Do we think peachy or no? Or should we just stick with lychee like we've been using? What do you guys think? Ooh, I could do brown pear. I feel like that would be a good option. Let's do that. Because it's more, it has a little bit of that orangey look, but I feel like it's more brown, hence the name, than anything else. Good. I think I already said this, but just in case, good morning, Maristella. I think I said hi already. But now I'm second guessing myself. Where is my blusher brushes? These are Ophir's cheek sticks. So anything I use Ophir, you can just use the Ophir link if you like any of them. Or if you see something you want. This is the vitamin C stick, or cheek tones as they call them. It's basically a cream blusher, but it is skincare infused and I really like it. I'm hit or miss on cream products. I've tried a few that I liked, but I'm not like a huge cream fan. I think powder sets better, it stays better, all of that, but I love these. You can put them directly over your skin. You can put them over like liquid foundation, or even just BB cream if you're doing like a no makeup look, or like I am today, you can put them over powder and they're still beautiful. Super pigmented, you don't need much. Yeah. Pivot powder, I already put my pivot powder on. It is perfect with your looks today. I hope so too, Sherry. And John also says brown pear. Okay, so we're pretty much all on the same wavelength with that. I think it's gonna match like this lip and like the little transition color we have. So start with less. This is another less is more. You can always go in and add a little more. That is so easy to do. Now, if you go in with too much makeup right off the bat, it's a lot harder to take away. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna gently tap and press this right into and above that, right above the bronzer and right over the top of the illuminator. And see how now it's just peeking through? That's what I like. And I'm using like the tiniest bit. So keep in mind, if you get these, if ever it looks like I'm using a lot, I'm not. They are super, super pigmented. So like I said, don't go in with just a crap ton of product right off the bat, because you're going to be like, whoa, you know what I mean? The nice thing is it's going to last you for like a million years. But yeah, you don't want to go in and just put on a crazy amount right off the bat, because they are way more pigmented than they probably look in the video. A hell of a lot better. Thanks for asking. I hope you're wonderful. Oh, good. So you got over your shingles finally? And you're welcome. Thank you, Barbara. I love it too. Perfect choice, friends. I'm glad we thought of this. And it's so glowy. It wears super beautifully throughout the day. I love the vitamin C sticks. Brown pear is actually one of my most used. Like when I go on my vitamin C kicks where I'm using it every single day, brown pear is definitely at the top of my list. I think the most popular one in general is probably raisin. That's the one I see the most comments about, or like people say they got it and they loved it. And then I also use apricot a lot. And then I do use the brighter ones quite a bit too, but not necessarily every day. It'll be kind of more randomly. Okay, I love this makeup look. I feel like this is perfect with our yellow shirt. Let's go ahead and set our face, and then, yeah. I actually need to make a blowout tutorial today, and I just realized I have that new, I was just thinking about this in my head. I have that new blowout primer to use, but glass hair is part of the bundle I'm thinking of, so I'm like, I might put a little both on. The new primer I just really want to try, but I want to just use the glass hair one for that. So if you see me in the same outfit using them both and you're like, what the hell is she doing? That's why, because I just thought of that. Okay, Vanilla Baby, who's grabbed this? It smells so good. I am a perfume girl. I have over 50 plus, like probably quite a bit, over 50 perfumes. I know that's insane. This is one of those perfumes I'm confident saying it's for everybody. I use a lot of perfumes that are, because I like a variation. I will use a masculine scent, I'll use a fruity scent, I'll use a sweet scent. Like, I will literally try anything, and I usually like it. Like, I'll kind of base my outfit, or whatever, like, my outfit is, that's what I'll kind of, like, base my perfume on. Hang on, I forgot to set my makeup. Anyways, whatever my like outfit and makeup is, I'll kind of like match my perfume to it, if that makes sense. It's in my head. It doesn't match to anybody else, but it's in my head. So I use a lot, and I have a lot of perfumes that I'm like, this is not an everybody perfume. This is an everybody perfume. It's a vanilla perfume. It has notes of cashmere, vanilla. I can't really remember the other ones, but it'll say on the website. This is one of those, anyone's going to love it. It's kind of like that sweet but really expensive smell, not like that like cheapy, like overwhelmingly sweet. It's like a rich sweet, if that makes sense. So if you're in the market for a really good perfume, you'll love this one. I actually get quite a few compliments every time I wear it. It's so good. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's cheap, but I would say in the world of perfume, it's very affordable, especially if you add my code, for how well it lasts, how good it smells. Like, to me, it smells very expensive, like a $150, $200 perfume, and it's nowhere near that. Thank you. You're a perfume girl too, Cheryl. Oh yes, those have been gone for a while now, but my husband has passed. Oh, I remember that. Your husband passed his cold on to you. I think you told me that yesterday, or maybe it was Tuesday. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Barbara. All right, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Do we like the kind of glowy look if I just leave it set like that? I kind of do, actually. I might have to go in with some purple mascara, which I really didn't want to do with this look, but apparently all my mascaras are dried out. So I need to go find one or get on and order a bunch, because this is like the only one I have left that is apparently not dried out. I kind of think a brown mascara would have been perfect for this look, but maybe I'll get lucky and the black and the purple together will end up kind of brown looking. But I just know I need a second coat, big time. I like this look. I feel like it's fresh, but it still looks like very dressy. Like if you were, going out or on vacation, this eyeshadow just by itself would very much like dress up a look. You know what I mean? Do your same steps. It doesn't add any time, but it just makes it look way more dressy. I kind of like the glow too, which sometimes I do like the glow, and then I'll look in the bathroom at let's say noon, and I'm like looking at the texture of my face and I'm like, yuck. You know what I mean? So I'll end up putting setting spray on, but I feel like if I want the glow, I have to accept the fact that your girl has oilier skin and she's gonna have pores that show. Period. Everyone has pores, but when you have oily skin, they tend to look bigger. So it's like, if I want the glow, I have to accept the fact that I am a real human being with real skin and pores, or otherwise I have to use setting powder and blur it. But I'm kind of liking the glow today. I still think it looks really pretty, even with my pores. Like, it just looks healthy. You know what I mean? I don't know why I've fallen for the apparent beauty brainwashing standard that we're not allowed to have pores, but clearly I have. I actually think that purple worked out okay, because I think mixed with the black, it kind of gave it a little bit of like a brownish undertone. It's purple, but it's not like, metallic, crazy looking purple or fluorescent. It's just like a normal purple. So it'll work for sure. Thank you, Dawn. Oh, I think I already said that. I think I already read those comments and said thank you. I'm a repeater. All right, girls, there is our final look. The only thing I am going to do, thank you for the suggestion on the eyeshadow. I love it. And I think that worked out perfectly with the shirt. I love how, the sparkles are kind of the same yellow as the shirt, but it has that greenish tint to it. I call this one green gold. That's how I feel like it always looks like when I put it on. Anyways, I feel like it worked out perfectly with this tank top. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. If you are new here, I go live Monday through Thursday around 8 to 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. Usually we do makeup, sometimes we do other stuff, but a lot of times it's makeup tutorials and chit chat. And that is our favorite aspect of the live. So if you like that kind of thing and you want to hang out with me while I'm actually live instead of on the replay, make sure you tap the screen. The little description box will pop up, and hit that bell so you can turn notifications on. Facebook loves turning them off, so even if you've done it before, check it, turn them back on, set it to all posts, because it loves to reset all the time. Another thing you can do is you can go to my page and add it to your favorites. That helps Facebook know that you actually want to see my stuff. Again, it constantly resets you to the default settings, but it's a good way to help kickstarted, I guess, getting notifications. So yeah, anyways, I would love to hang out with you again. Thank you, Cheryl. You too. Here is our final look. I have everything linked up in the description, but I know sometimes when you have a bunch of links, it can kind of be a pain. So if anybody needs me to send them a link, comment a link, whatever, you can comment, message me. Messaging me is a great way, so that way I for sure see it, but comment, message me, or comment, and if I don't answer, shoot me a message, and I can send you a link to whatever you need, or if you have questions. But otherwise, I think I will get ready tomorrow. I go live sporadically on the weekends, sometimes not at all, always at like random weird times. I think I probably will be live tomorrow, so most likely I will see you girls at some point tomorrow, but if not, I will for sure see you Monday around 8 a.m. and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye, guys.